morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there and out of the Geekdom, and welcome to another Our Little Geekdom. Hey, hi, Jinx.
I said it because you sometimes forget. So.
And this is episode 20 now.
19.
19.
No, wait.
Losing count.
No, wait. Yeah, it's 20.
It is. It's episode 20.
20.
We made it to a whole 20.
That's kind of scary. Why are you guys still here? Why are you watching us? Why are we still making moves?
Well, that's because it was so much fun, though. How can you stop? You can't stop.
Oh, look
We're
at
like
this
a
face.
drug.
My face is tired. Anyway, so yes, we are here with one of our. You guys will notice that we have a lot of close friends.
We do.
But this is one of our very good friends, all the way from South Africa, Skygamers. Well, Sam from Skygamers.
People.
He's actually just one part of a whole, but this is Skygamers.
Yeah,
Sam.
that's sure. One of the trio.
One of a trio, yes. Sam from Skygamers, one of the three. So,
Thank you,
yes,
thank you guys.
There are three of them.
There are 3 of them.
You're all freaks.
We're wonderful freaks and we love it.
Yeah. Anyway, so what happened was we actually met this guy at it was Rage, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Rage some years back. I can't
Yes,
even
it was
count how far
20
back.
I think it was when, I don't know if it was when we first started. It was either 20, no, it must have been, it was 2017.
I think it was around the same time that you guys started though, isn't it?
Yes, we just kicked off and we both happened to show up at the
We ran into the media room. We were both in the media lounge together, like, hey, we just started. Hey, so do we!
He was like, ah!
Besties for life!
That.
yeah, and it was like the greatest thing ever. It's like, here.
Yeah, I'm not the only one who's just started a YouTube channel. Woohoo! So tell us a little bit about yourself, dude. About the SA gamers, about the Sky Gamers.
Sky Gamers, what can we say? We love messing around, playing games on YouTube. We spend a ton of time writing articles on our blog. So that's actually predominantly where we live. On the interwebs, skygamers.co.za. Check it out.
For those of you who don't know.
So yeah, write reviews, write opinionated articles about the gaming industry and this passion I love so much, which is gaming. And then for every now and then we do this sort of thing where we just sit with friends and chat about gaming stuff, movie stuff, geek stuff, every stuff.
Bullshit. We talk about that too.
So yeah, loving it. Yeah, as you said, 2017, so 4 years in. Yeah.
And it's been
happening.
It's been happening. Yeah, no. So off stream we were talking about like how we're moving around and how Sam will never come to will never live in a country like the UK or whatnot because it's just too cold.
Oh, happy
Because I told
hot
him,
weather.
yeah, I told him the temperature dropped last year to about like -8, and he was like, I don't want to live there.
But you get to play in the snow.
Yeah, but you get to play in the snow. Every
I would
winter
love
you get
to
to play
do.
in the snow.
That I would love to do. Play around a little bit in the snow, but then I get to kick rocks and head back home, where it's nice and sunny.
Yeah, you don't have to try and drive up this steep hill that we have here, where people slide back down.
Yeah,
It's very
t-shirts are mandatory.
It's actually really funny. It's freaking funny watching these people try to drive up the hill because they go all the way to the bottom thinking that if they gain a bit of speed coming back up again they'll be able to get up the hill, and the car just stops halfway up because they don't understand that inertia doesn't work like that. So the car just like it goes up this hill, it goes up, and then slows down, and then it goes. But it doesn't just go down like this. It doesn't go down like straight. It goes like this.
So you kind of have to worry that they're going to hit your car.
Yeah, so our car's parked on the street, so you sit there looking at the car and you watch them slide down, you're like, don't hit my car, don't hit my car, don't hit my car, don't hit my car.
Wow. Maybe you need to like build like a little cage around your car. Reinforcement. It's like, it's
Put
okay,
like
it's
steel
normal.
spikes there so they just
Yeah.
stop on the spikes. Yeah, no, it's scary though. But we've got insurance and all that stuff, so at least we're covered.
At least.
Yeah,
But,
you have to be in this
how are you
country.
guys loving your new? Well, I guess not so new now, but your environment, your home.
Our home is very pretty. We've got noisy kitties. One of them meowing up the store
Yeah,
right now.
he's moaning. He's singing for his breakfast because he hasn't had his stuffed food yet. So he's like, bitch hungry. I'm food. Give me food. Give me food.
Kitties are a very bossy bunch, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Stinky too. They just dropped a turd as well. One of them just dropped a turd. There's a cat toilet right outside the office here. We've got multiple cat toilets all around the house, and one of them is just outside the office, and one of them decided to put a nice stinker there just to wake us up. So
they have the whole idea of pet master backwards. They think we're the pets, and they're the master. It's like, feed me, slave. Get over here and feed me!
Exactly.
But sometimes so this one in particular, he moans so loud. I'm scared that one of these days our neighbors are gonna moan and think that we abuse him because he's so loud and it sounds like he's in distress or pain, but it's actually just him trying to get your attention.
Yeah. He just likes to moan for attention.
Just say it to your neighbors. It's like, it's okay, this is normal.
No,
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, we've told them that. We've said, look, you're going to hear the meows. The cats are going to get a little bit raucous sometimes. But they don't get loud and keep the neighbors up. They only keep us up.
Well, nothing a little active noise cancelling can't get rid of.
Exactly.
But we've got soundproofing on our main front door, on the inside obviously, to try and just dampen the sound.
Yeah, we put it on to keep the noise out.
That's good. That's good.
Because at least that way maybe the sound doesn't travel out too much. Because apparently it still does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It'll leak out to one way or another.
Yeah.
So,
kids went outside. I don't know, to go feed one of the squirrels or something. When she was coming back in, I was talking to one of the cats. And I was speaking in a very high-pitched voice, and apparently she could hear me. Kids went outside.
at least they don't think you're crazy, so it's okay.
She was coming back in,
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sure
talking
they
to
do.
one of the cats. I was speaking-
Like, what's all that cackling coming out of that house next door?
Oh no, they know we're content creators because these big ass green screen things that we have there. They're as you can see, they're connected to the chairs.
And our office window is always open, and my desk faces the window, so like if
They can
anyone
see.
walks past, they can see the big screen and
Oh,
the
the big
cameras
green.
and all of that.
Yeah. And most of the people are like, oh, awesome, you guys are content creators. Oh, you're influencers. Like, I'm not a fucking influencer. Don't ever call me that.
The only thing I influence is my own, ideas of what I'm going to buy next. Like,
Yes, exactly.
I think I'm going to influence myself to get some Pringles.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the whole thing. We're that kind of people. We're not actually influencers. I hate being called an influencer. I don't influence people at all. I refuse to.
I wish I could, though. Let me influence you to give me money.
You will give me $100 now.
Just sit with those little pocket watches. I am going to influence you now. You will be in my command.
Listen to the sound of my voice. Like and subscribe.
Not that does a whole lot.
You will give me money. You will give me sponsorship. You will
Yeah, exactly.
just tell your friends about me.
Yeah. If the stream would be sponsored by Nike. And you have like the head of PR or whatever sitting somewhere thinking, why do I keep signing up these people?
Exactly.
Like them. Influence.
I have a certain set of skills. One of them is to influence.
But But you have a podcast of your own that you started recently with Wazza as well. How did
That's
that
correct.
come up?
So it actually came up in a really weird. So he got a sponsorship from Gamefinity, right? Giveaway of free game, and he didn't really, he was gonna go about it doing it on his own, and then we had a chat about it. We started throwing some ideas around, and before you knew it, we actually, did it. We hopped in it together. We threw all of our love into it and had a blast of a time with it. So we are working on our second episode, which is, just discussing. It's not going to be in a sort of review kind of way like we did with Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village. This is going to be more The Last of Us and just talking about The Last of Us Part 2. Which I'm really excited. I can't wait to actually, for everybody to see the fruits of our labor. But it's basically two buddies talking about a thing they love. And Last of Us Part 2. Granted, that game got a ton of flack. Okay, it was divisive. The critics. It was like this weird mix of critics versus players, but I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so touching. It's
as long
one
as
of
you
my
like
top
the game,
games.
it doesn't really matter. In my opinion, this is why I hate critics. This is exactly why I hate critics. I've never liked critics. Like I don't
They
pay
force
attention
you to listen to them.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to movie critics. I think they're idiots. I don't pay attention to game critics because, well, who does? If you're going to play a game, you play a game according to what you want to do. That's why whenever I've played a game and I've said I don't like the game, I personally don't like the game.
I don't like the game, right?
But that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't like the game.
Exactly.
Like we're playing something. We just recently streamed something called Blood Hunt, Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt on Friday. We streamed it, and I'm not a big fan of battle royales. I really don't like battle royales. It's a good game.
Yeah, me too.
It gives me the feeling that I'm playing Secret World Legends, but just like a PvP version of Secret World Legends, where all you're doing is you're fucking the other people up. That's it. That's all you're doing. Right, so that's what I got from it, which is cool. It's fun to do that. I understand where the point is, because essentially, if you know the Vampire the Masquerade story, the Blood Hunt is when a vampire has gone, where the prince of a particular realm has gone and said, right, you must go and kill this particular vampire, and that's what a Blood Hunt is. All the other vampires then have to go and try and kill this vampire, but they compete to do it, so they'll kill each other along with trying to kill the vampire. That's the idea behind Blood Hunt. It makes sense.
But it's really cool because they keep, so if you are caught feeding on a person, you get revealed, and you have a timer for where you need to go and hide, because otherwise you are revealed on the map. Your location gets shown to everyone else. If you kill an innocent person, the same thing happens. So you can't just kill people for fun. You have to actually do it in such a way that you're not seen, and you have to make sure that you kill specific people. So you can feed off of them, but you can't shoot them with your guns.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It sounds very intriguing. I haven't played any of the Bloodline games. I was looking to hop into the Masquerade 2. That's still in development.
Oh, you don't want to start with that one, dude. You don't want to start with that one.
No, the new one that's coming out.
Yeah, no, you don't want to start.
Yet.
Well, you don't want to start with Bloodlines 2. You want to actually start with, if anything, Bloodlines, because I actually started with Bloodlines as well. But I'm busy playing Redemption at the moment, which is the first of the White Wolf series. That was the one before Bloodlines came out, and then Bloodlines came out, and now obviously Bloodlines 2, which we'll never really know when the bloody game comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll come out on. It'll be out in ...
Yeah. So back to the whole whether it's good or not. Now I said to the guys, look, I'm probably not going to stream this game again. It's not a bad game. It's enjoyable for certain people, but I am not one of those people who enjoys being shot and then having to start all over again, and then being shot and having to start all over again. If I'm going to play a map where I'm busy fighting against people or whatnot, I want to do things like I would with Battlefield and stuff like that, where I go in and I'm actually battling, and then I die, I respawn, and I carry on doing it. That's what I like.
Yeah, me too, totally. In fact, I'm a more old school multiplayer along the realms of, Quake Championships, Unreal Tournament, that sort of carnage and that is
destruction.
Yes, just
using a freaking rocket to fly around. Yeah, using a rocket launcher to fly around. That kind of shit. I remember that.
Exactly, with a hint at physics. Because I'm telling you, physics don't work that way. But
exactly.
Of course it does. What are you talking about? That's exactly how it works.
Launching yourself with a rocket by shooting it at you.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, it's fun. That kind of game is fun. So look, nothing against the guys from Bloodhound. I hope they do bring in some more game modes. I hope it's not just a battle royale. I hope they actually they broaden it a bit and go, okay, here's some 5v5 and here's some of this and here's some of that. If they do something like that, it might bring me in and I might actually want to play it a bit more, because that's the kind of game I like to play. I like to play 5v5s or even 10v10s. I don't care as long as I'm dying and respawning. I'm not just dying.
Exactly. Die.
I want to get back into the map and kill that turd that killed me.
Exactly. That's instant vengeance. Nothing beats instant gratification in MP games. So
yes, so that's how I feel. But look, graphically the game is very pretty.
It is. It really is.
It can our PCs can handle it, which is quite nice. So I'm very happy about that. Look,
what are you guys running?
Ryzen 5s, 16 gigs of RAM, and GeForce 1660s.
Okay.
They're not beasts, but they're mid-range. They do their job. They're good for streaming. We got them for streaming. The company that we got them from, they specialize in building PCs for gamers and streamers.
Content creators.
Yeah, and content creators. And we said to them, look, we need something that'll help us if we ever want to stream and stuff like that, but also so that we can record and things. And we went through the list of all the PCs that they had, and this one popped up. I think it was called, what was it called? The Beast or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's a lovely name.
Yeah, God, these PCs
They've got weird
fucking
names.
beautiful though. They do. They have really weird names for their PCs. I saw one called the Yorkshire pudding. I was like, the fuck.
To me, I'm just like, oh look, pretty colors that I can change on the front, so it's fine.
Yeah, she looked at it. She's like, oh, that looks very pretty. But she looked at PCs before, like, oh, look at that. That looks so pretty. It was the same cases that we have now. And she looked at it like, let's get that one. And I looked at the price. I'm like, no. They were GT.
They're pretty.
GT 3070s. I was like,
Oh, jeez, no. So it looks good, but it performs ass.
Yeah, I was like, no. The 3070s aren't bad though. It's the GTX 3070, so it's better than what we have. 30.
So RTX.
RTX, yes. I looked at the price and I was like, oh fuck no.
730. No, that makes perfect sense. That's a beast.
The 3070. And she looks at it like, oh, it looks so pretty. Look at that tower. Look at the pretty lights and whatnot. I'm like, Angel, we can get that tower with smaller graphics cards. That's too expensive. The graphics card alone costs the same price as these PCs. Together.
Yep.
Both of these PCs would buy, if we had to buy the graphics card, both of these PCs wouldn't be in the house because we just have a graphics card sitting there.
Graphics card and nothing else. Like,
exactly.
I have the newest RTX.
Yeah, I have the newest RTX. Nothing to put it into though.
Maybe I can jerry rig it into a calculator or something.
Exactly. So no, we decided we'll go for the mid-range CPU because there's no need for anything bigger. The Ryzen 5 is a good CPU.
It's a very good platform.
Yeah, it is, and it's a wonderful CPU. Holy crap! The amount of power this thing has. They've got a perfect cooling system for it as well. They put their own cooling system in. So they're not using the standard AMD cooling system, but even the standard AMD cooling is actually better now.
The standard is really good. I'm actually also
what are you using? Ryzen 7?
Ryzen 7 3700.
I fucking thought so.
I got 32 gigs of DDR4 3200 megahertz CL16 RAM.
We've only got 16 of that. We've got, I think it's DDR5.
Nice.
Ah, yeah.
So I went for more RAM just for the video editing. Just for the video editing. Yeah.
And we've got,
And I've got an
16
RTX 2060 Super for a GPU in there.
Oh wow,
so...
no, that's not bad. It's a 2060. I mean, look, it's the one after ours. It's because we've got the 1660 and then you've got the 2060.
Yeah,
so
the 2060 Super is the 8 gig version. So
yeah. Ours is one lower than yours.
2060 with a 6. This has 8 gigs. It's actually a pretty decent.
No, I'd say Jesus.
And Kiss is here sitting going.
Yeah, it's going on right over her head. But she saw the pretty colors, and she wanted that tower. So I'm like, Angel, I will get us a PC. I'll get us both the same PC.
I like pretty.
With that tower, that exact tower that you want, but I'm going to put different components in there. Okay?
Yeah. It'll look the same, but it'll cost vastly different.
Yeah, it'll look exactly the same, but it'll cost very different. The price will be a lot lower. It was
difference.
Yeah, it was £4,000 per PC. The one that she was looking at, and I was like,
no, it was gonna be 4,000 in total.
4,000 for each.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Because there were Ryzen 7s. There were Ryzen 7s with the Asus the Asus motherboard. But the Asus motherboard was one of those ones that has more than just like one light. Ours has got like a little light that goes through it, a single light that goes through it, like a vein, basically, like an artery, essentially. It's got one of those. This one had like a whole bunch, and they all change colors and shit like that. And I mean, it's a fancy motherboard as well. I think it holds. I think it goes up to about 64 gig. It can handle about 64 gig. It had like 8 slots. It had 8 RAM slots. Ours have 4. We don't have the monster thing, but it had 8 slots. 4 of which were full, so it was obviously 32 gigs. A GT3070 Ti.
But we've also got an SSD in it as well.
Yeah, so did this one. This one had a bigger. You might want to go to stop this fighting right now. It had a GT3070 in it, obviously 3070 Ti. It had a Ryzen 7. I can't remember what Ryzen 7 it was, but it was one of the latest, one of the most latest.
Probably ones. A 5800X type thing, which is
it was a beast, dude. And the piece it had I think it was it a 1 terabyte or 1.5 terabyte SSD? Fucking massive SSD, dude. A massive SSD.
That's a lot.
And then obviously another 5 terabyte or was it 6 terabyte? I think it was a 6 terabyte hard. £4,000, 4,000
in rands. That is maybe what, 50 grand, 60 grand, somewhere there.
It's ridiculous, dude. It is crazy expensive.
That's crazy, money.
You know, I mean, we can afford to buy things like that. We can buy. Karen and I can buy a PS5 cash. We can actually buy a PS5 cash if there ever was a PS5 in the country.
I got one of those.
Yeah, I know. Did you get the one, the digital, or the one with the?
No, digital.
See, I'm getting exactly. I'm like you, dude. I've got to have one that I can put a disc into. I'm sorry.
I have physical media. I have tons of physical media. I'm sorry.
I don't understand why people don't want to do physical media. You know, why don't you want to hold the game?
We can't find them here, though.
Yeah, no, you can't find a PS5 here, though.
No, you can't find it here either.
It's really, really hard to actually find them.
I was one of the ones, day one, you know, as they opened up the pre-orders. It's
really,
early in the morning. I'm sitting there waiting for it to say add to cart.
Oh, jeez, we were trying that, dude. We had the money saved. We were ready to buy the PS5. We had the money saved, and as they're saying, like, oh, release date today, and we're sitting there, kids and I are both sitting on the computer, like, waiting for it to open. And we're refreshing. Not a single point did we manage to get one into a cart.
That was me, and I was successful. Basically myself, Alfred, my teammate over at Skygamers, same thing. We were sitting there, we coordinated the whole thing. We said, okay, if you're able to get 2 in, do it. But then they had these restrictions where you can only have 1 console per person. So we had to go in, you know, okay, go.
Yeah, they learned from the UK and the United States.
Get it in. And he's like, I don't have it. Try to say. And then we did that the entire morning until we both secured PS5 disc versions. Mwah. And we did the same with Series X as well. And Series X was even more of a shit show than the PS5 weird.
Funny enough, yeah, the Series X was a lot easier to get hold of.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was a lot easier to get hold of the Series X here in the UK than it was to get hold of the PS5. The PS5 sold out faster than the Series X did. Each time they had a new product drop, the PS5 would always sell out faster than the Series X, and it was fucking annoying because yes, we want to get a Series X as well because we've got to have all the consoles so that we've got everything split between. But we've started thinking that we don't really need to because we've got these monsters.
PCs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've got Game Pass.
Xbox games come on PC.
Yeah. And we've got Game Pass.
Silly.
No, it's not. I get to play Forza 5 when it comes out for free.
Yeah, day one.
I don't even have to pay for it. Well, I mean, I do. I pay every month for it. But I don't even have to pay for the game itself. I pay every month to play the game, so I get to play as much as I want to.
I'm also. I think Game Pass is a phenomenal value.
I think Sony should be doing the same thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. So if honestly, if you're a gamer on a budget, get Game Pass. You're sorted. Trust me, you don't have to worry about gaming.
Exactly.
You're in South Africa. It's about 169 rand a month. If you're going for the ultimate. I'm on ultimate because I wanted PC and console. So
we don't need it for console. So we've only got it for PC.
And then they throw in EA Play if you're ultimate as well. So you get a ton.
They're throwing EA Play with us as well. We've got it. Yeah. It was just thrown in. It was like if you have Game Pass, you get EA Play. I think EA is starting to shit themselves. That's why. So Microsoft is like, we'll throw you a bone, okay? you give our guys free access to your EA Play.
Yeah.
Just your EA Play because we don't get Pro. I think you might get Pro with yours, but we only get Play.
It's just the Play. You don't get the the Pro or the Premium, whatever the hell.
Yeah, whatever the hell they call it. But we get just the Play. But who the hell cares? There's so many good games in Play.
But that's why if you're on a budget, you don't need anything else. Cause
exactly.
It might not be all the absolute newest and greatest games, but there's so many to choose from. You're spoiled with choice.
But all the Xbox exclusives are day one on Game Pass, and
they're free.
Is phenomenal value.
Yes, I think that's brilliant. And that's what I know that Sony has got PS Play, which is up here, but that is a game streaming service. I don't like game streaming services.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
I'm sorry, but I've played it and it lags. I played it on here in the UK. I played PS Play. And the lag is ridiculous. I can't play games where I'm streaming to another computer so that I can play like Red Dead Redemption. Where I play Red Dead Redemption 1 and I'm trying to play that and it's streaming to another console. I can't do that. It's too laggy, it's annoying, and I get cut off half the time. So I'm like, nope, fuck that. I'm not doing it. If PS Play was like Game Pass, I would say screw my PS Plus subscription. I'll take the PS Play rather. But I think Sony should do something like that because Xbox. If you get the Xbox Game Pass, you've got Xbox Live. It comes with it.
Yeah.
Sony should do something like that with PS Plus. You get PS Plus. Yes, okay. So PS Plus gives you 2 free games every month. I get that, but it's not the same. It's not the same as having to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Granted.
It's like Netflix. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Netflix. All the content. You don't have to wait until next month to get 2 more.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's all there. You can play 5 games now.
Exactly.
Finish and move on to another random 5 games that you've never even tried before. I'm playing games I never even considered playing before because of Game Pass.
Yeah, Kez was actually very apprehensive about it when you first started.
I was a bit iffy about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, I understand why she was apprehensive. She was. The whole thing was, it's like all she thought that it was is that she just wanted to play Gears 5. That's it, or Gears, not Gears 5, Gears of War. I don't think she's a big fan of 5, but she wanted to play Gears. All right, she just wanted to play Gears of War. And she's like, oh no, but it's not free on Game Pass. I'm like, yes, it is. I just looked at it. It's free. All of them are free on Game Pass.
Yeah.
But that was what she wanted. She didn't realize that there are so many other games that Game Pass is actually giving. Now that when she went through the list, she's like, wow, there are lots of games here. And she started downloading them, and she played them, and she's actually having a lot of fun.
It's also the same where it's games that I never thought I would ever play ever.
Exactly.
And it's actually quite fun.
Yeah, it's like me. I'm playing. I downloaded Conan Exiles.
Mm-hmm.
What a fun game, dude! I had no idea that game was that fun. It's a survival kind of game, but you're playing in Conan, in the realm of Conan, and there's actually like this whole story behind. Yeah, and there's a whole story behind how you got to this land, and you have to figure out how to get further into it. You've got to be able to change your wristband from red to green or something, so that you can go from one place to another. And there's this whole spiel that they're going on. I'm just building bases at the moment. That's what I'm doing. I'm just building things.
that is one of the games they gave away on PS Plus, which I have in my library, but I've never fired it up. God, I have so many games in my library that I just haven't fired up.
Yeah, me too, dude.
I've double purchased. you know when you buy a game because you wanted it so badly, and then you finally buy it, and then you don't play it and forget about it for like a year or two, and then it comes up on special on a different platform, and you go, "Oh, there's a game I like." Guilty.
Yeah, no. With me, it's like, I got Just Cause on PS4 or PS Plus in South Africa. Now, we can't switch stores between South Africa and the UK, so all of my PS Plus games are gone. I've got my account, but I can't play any of them. I know, it's terrible.
Had to make a new account.
Had to make a new account when we got here. So I've got a new account for the UK. I can't play any of my games from PS Plus, which means I couldn't play Just Cause 3. So I wanted to... Yeah, that sucks. So I wanted to see
I thought that Sony would make it like, region free type of thing where
they're assholes.
Same with Steam as well. So
don't make no sense.
My Steam is I've got my Steam from South Africa.
No, but remember, Tunes gifted us Tabletop Simulator, but we can't play it because of the different regions.
Yeah.
So we can buy games, and we've got our lists from South Africa. But if anyone in South Africa gifts us a game on Steam, we can't play it.
Yeah, we'd have to go back to South Africa, open the Steam in South Africa, accept the game, and then bring it back up here, and then change the store again.
It's really weird.
But it's not as bad as PlayStation Plus or PlayStation though. And the fact that I can't actually have PlayStation Plus accounts. All of my shit for Gran Turismo, I can't do online. I can't do any of the online racing. Not a single one.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean I can play it. I've got a PS Plus account, so I can play mine. But
I remember you put in so much time and effort into your Gran Turismo profile. It's such a shame that you basically have to nuke it.
Yeah, well, I stopped playing, dude. I now just play Gran Turismo Sport for the fun of it. I haven't actually gone online. I haven't played online for ages. I'm just waiting for Gran Turismo 7. That's all. I'm going back to the single player now because, I'm not really. I mean, the sport was a good idea. It was fun at the time, but I'm going back to single player now because
campaign, campaign with proper, car modifications.
Give me my Gran Turismo back.
I'm with you 100%. This was a nice distraction. Good job for trying something different.
Yeah, but they should have made Gran Turismo 7 much sooner.
I hope 7 is more focused on, the whole campaign structure and that.
Did you see what they're bringing back, though, dude?
What are they bringing back?
The Deep Forest track.
Oh, I saw
They're
that
bringing the Deep Forest back, dude. That was like the most epic fucking track ever. That was like, I loved the Deep Forest.
It's on every Gran Turismo.
Yeah, except
Sport.
It's the only one that never had it. That was all like real tracks from around the world, whereas Deep Forest was actually just created by the guys at Gran Turismo.
Correct.
But now they put the Deep Forest back in. I'm like, I'm a happy puppy.
Ridiculous number of cars again, because
yes.
I think Sport was a little light on car content.
Jesus Christ,
it was a little light. Yeah. To the point where even Forza Horizon had more cars and a better selection of cars.
Yes, Forza Horizon had a much better selection of cars. The fact that that I could get a Mazda RX-8 in Forza Horizon, but not in sport. Pissed
Not
me
in
off.
sport. Yeah, me
Pissed
too.
me
It's
off
like,
to no end.
but it's the RX-8.
It's an
This
iconic
is a
car.
cult classic. You
Yeah.
know?
People are like, oh, but it's the RX-7. That's what everyone wants. It's like, no, fuck you. I want the RX-8.
with my doors that can kill me trying to get in.
Yes, with my nice gold doors that if I open it wrong, I'll slam my fingers in it for no reason.
That's what you want.
Yes, and funny enough, actually, when we do get our house here, and when we do buy our house up here in Scotland, we are going to make sure that the driveway is big enough, and I'm buying my car because at the moment this car is Kez's. It's mine because I'm driving it. It's in my name, so I have to keep it as mine. But as soon as Kez has got her driver's license fully up and running, and she's sorted with that, this car's basically hers, and then I get my RX-8.
He is so stuck on that.
I am
that.
going.
Speed up on that driver's license. Go on.
Well, he
I'm
needs,
have
to
his
put me
dream
on
car, okay?
he needs to put me on the insurance so that I can start the process. I can't drive the car without being on the insurance.
Yeah, so I'll put it on the insurance. I am going to put it on the insurance so that she can get started with that. But yes, I'm getting my RX-8 here. I'm telling you, it's going to be.
Yes.
I'm going to pay about £1,000 for it, so it's not going to be too expensive. But it's not going to be. It's not going to be in the greatest condition. That's the whole thing. I know it's not going to be the greatest condition.
Yeah, the thing is,
But
okay,
she's
you
gonna
know
be
what
a
you're getting
project.
into, right? These are oil burners, right? These are
Oil and petrol burners.
your territory.
Yeah, exactly.
As an enthusiast of RX-8s, you know exactly what you're getting into.
Exactly. I know what I'm looking for in the car. So there are going to be some things that I'm going to have to do. I'm probably going to have to replace a few like nuts and bolts that are rusted and shit like that, and that's fine. You know, I know what I'm getting into with this car. It's going to be my project. She's going to be my project car.
Well, the weird thing in South Africa now, it's like they just completely disappeared from the secondhand market. I know they're so rare now. You can't find anything,
and they're getting more expensive now as well. The thing is, they're getting really expensive up here as well. There's specific editions that are really expensive. Like there's a limited edition RX-8 that never went to South Africa. It was only up here in the UK. It costs £4,500.
It might be worth it.
Yeah, it's not expensive though. It's the same price as the car that we own at the moment. So it's exactly the same price, and it's got hardly any miles on it. The whole thing is, the reason why it's so expensive is because it's a limited edition model.
It's a limited,
They've got an RX-8 here RX-7 here that's going for almost £100,000. Because it's
you know what I would love to get my
classic.
hands on?
Yeah.
Nissan 370Z.
Oh, they've got them here, dude. Those are easy to find here.
Here too, they are a dime a dozen. The problem is trying to convince, my significant other that a two-door, two-seater sports car that can take any luggage is a worthwhile investment for the family.
See, we don't have the problem here. We'll have two cars. So for us, it's one for if we need to travel around and saving petrol, going to work and back and stuff like that. And the other one is for weekends.
We got two cars too, but this is my toy, and yeah.
Well, you could always just do what some people do and just go and buy it and go, oh, it was just there. Or when she sees it, surprise!
So essentially, the 370Z is your unicorn.
Yes, I love it. Oh, I love that car with my whole thing.
Yeah, that's me and the RX-8. That is me and the RX-8.
Yeah. And sorry, kids, I can't pull that stunt. You trying to get me to not reach 12 years of marriage? Are you trying to have?
No. You're reaching 12 years of marriage. Kez and I are reaching now, this month actually, 13 years together.
In total.
And 7 years of marriage.
Yay!
So
it's like that big, not Big Bang, How I Met Your Mother. Our relationships are someone finishing primary school and someone starting primary school.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's how old they are, 7 and 13.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I met my wife 17 years ago.
Jeez. Wow.
So we've been together 17 years and we've been married for years.
Yes, congratulations, dude. That is epic, though. That is true love. Right there. If you can hold on to a relationship like that, everyone has their fights, and every relationship has that. But if you can keep that relationship going, it shows. Shows true commitment and the
absolutely
true commitment that you have towards your.
She loves my dumb nerdiness, so it's okay.
Yes, exactly. You know, that's the same thing with Kez and myself. You know, she loves the fact that I'm a nerd as well. Well, a geek, actually.
Mega geek.
Yeah, mega geek. I mean, I'm not a software developer or anything. I mean, my job is to make sure that people's smart meters work correctly. I mean,
hey, you know, it pays the bills. Can't complain there.
You know what? It's actually quite a fun job though. It's very technical. I like that. I've always said I'm a very technical kind of person.
Yeah. You love the nuts and bolts of things, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Which is probably why you love the RX-8 so much, because you're actually going to get into it.
Yeah, I'm just
greasy hands and all. That's
you know what I did? I actually got Car Mechanics Simulator so that I could learn how to fix cars, so that I can actually work on my Mazda when I get it. That is how much I love actually working, or how much I really want to work on this car. I actually got a game that will teach me how to fix a car. Not perfectly, because not every part is there. But it shows you quite a lot. You know, the gearbox, for example. I don't know how to fix a gearbox. I just know the big thing that you can get. But I actually got the game so that I could actually learn how to fix cars, so that I could learn how to fix my RX-8.
No. You got the game because you like simulators, because you're a simulator junkie.
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not, dude. I have got the weirdest simulator games. I have got train simulator,
train simulator, farming simulator, somewhat other fishing simulator.
You're stopping him from talking there, John.
Sorry.
No, you're not my angel.
He's shouting at me.
Yes, Sam, you are not my angel. Trust me.
Is there something I need to know?
Yeah, but I've got a lot of simulators. I've got train simulator, farming simulator, fishing simulator, Euro truck simulator. That is a fucking fun game.
PC repair simulator.
Giant trucks, right?
Hey?
That's the the big hauler trucks, right?
Yes, the ones in Europe. Sorry?
Is it fun?
It is. Dude, it is so much fun.
You know what simulator I love? Flight Simulator.
Me too, dude, but I can't play it.
Oh my god.
The game won't install on my PC. I've installed it. I install it. Like I install. I do the download and all that stuff, and then it puts the thing up. I double click to start it. It opens up onto the splash screen, right? And then just closes to the desktop every single time. I don't know what the hell's going on, but the game will not run on my PC.
Wow, that's really unfortunate, though.
It is, because I really like Flight Simulator.
Because it's part of Game Pass, right? And because it's on Game Pass, that's how I got it, free. And on this machine, okay, Flight Simulator. This thing is a bit of a beast, okay? In terms of PC resources and how much of that it actually just nukes your PC.
Yeah, it might be the reason why. My PC's just like, fuck you, I'm not turning that shit on, go away.
No, I can only run it at around 1080p with like 40 frames per second, with most of the settings set to between medium and high type of thing on this machine. So you can imagine you need like something like an RTX 3080 to get anywhere near decent type of performance out of that game.
That's painful, dude. That is painful. Ow.
That's maybe why it doesn't work on your PC.
I think that might be the reason why it's not starting up on my PC.
Could be.
It's a resource whore. Asshole. No, that sucks, but it's one game that I still love playing is Flight Simulator.
Yes, Flight Simulator. Wonderful game. State-of-the-art technology in that thing. I absolutely love it. I've always loved flying, right? I don't know if you remember back in the day, there used to be Jane's, JASF,
Yeah.
simulators. Yeah, I was a huge fan of those.
Yeah.
With the F-16s and
I prefer Ace
the
Combat.
F-14 Tomcats. Huge fan of fighter
Yeah.
jets. Huge fan of planes.
Mm.
So when Flight Simulator, this new version came out, and you can fly anywhere in the world, my mind was like, oh,
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
because
It
that's
really is awesome.
exactly what I'm looking for.
Unfortunately, it's just too goddamn big. Otherwise, I'd do it.
It's
in a heartbeat.
huge.
Mm.
It's huge. And if you want to get the best out of it, you have to install it on the SSD.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I only have a 512 NVMe, right?
So do
So
we.
it's taking up a huge ton of that, and I'm like, don't!
Yeah, no, we try to keep it out of all of our games out of the SSD for that reason, because
Yeah. So what I did, which you guys maybe look into, it might actually be worthwhile. I bought a SATA SSD, right? I have an NVMe for your OS, M.2 drive, like normal. But then an additional SATA drive, 2 terabyte, as the game drive. The difference that makes to loading
SSD.
is phenomenal, honestly, and it's far cheaper than an NVMe. So maybe look into doing that. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. Games load now in seconds off that SATA SSD, and it works. So and then I have a spindle drive as an overflow drive. So if the SATA SSD gets full, I would just pop the games off. They put it on the overflow spindle drive, and that just works for archiving. But for playing the games on that SATA SSD, it's phenomenal. You'll love it.
Yeah, well, maybe we might just consider that, actually. It might be a good idea to actually consider doing that.
Because the pricing is ridiculously low on those. I didn't, I never thought about it until I saw the price. I'm like, wait a second. It costs like, a third of an NVMe, and for, double the storage. So that, I think it's a nice little middle ground.
No, that definitely. I mean, that's most certainly something that we would look at. I'm also one of those people that likes to make sure that we've got like the stuff that'll run correctly and run nice and fast. So I'll always just check. I'm just gonna check SATA SSD.
Let's see, here in South Africa, I was able to nab that for like $2,000 for a 2 terabyte one. It was on. It's essentially a laptop. 2.5 inch hard drive, but it's not mechanical. It's so good. I can't go back now because games load at ridiculously shorter load times than they do when they're on a spindle drive. So probably worth it.
Yeah, stupid thing with data SSD.
I'm sure we can check that a bit later though.
I just want to see what the average price is. About £84 roughly.
While he's checking.
While he's checking, is there any, aside from Flight Simulator, is there any other games that you've been playing that you found quite interesting and fun?
Oh, so many. Okay, so right now, for the first time ever, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS5, so the integrate version. I missed it when it came out the first time. I can't exactly remember why. I guess it just probably came out at a time where I was, chock full of other games that I'm playing. Backlog of games gets ridiculous and so forth. So I'm playing Final Fantasy VII on PS5 for the first time, and man, what a phenomenal game. I'm really enjoying that game so much.
As long as I don't have to pay for it, it's fine, which I don't have to pay for it. I got it for free on PS Plus, so I never have to pay for that game.
Yes, but you see, I passed that simply because they said if you get the PS Plus version, you don't get the free upgrade to PS5.
Yeah,
So-
it doesn't matter to me. If you buy the PS4 version, you don't get it either, though. That's the whole thing.
No, but that's the thing. If you have a physical or you have the digital copy that you purchased, then you get the free integrate upgrade to PS5. So with the higher resolution textures, the reworked special effects, the lighting, the skin textures, all of that, and that's what I'm. So I have a PS4 copy, physical copy, because I love physical.
Yeah, me too. I know how you felt.
And I have that copy, and then I popped it into my PS5, and it's like free upgrade available. I'm like, yes! Pumped it up to the PS5 version. Delete the PS4 version because I don't. Sony needs to fix that. That thing makes no sense. I don't know why.
What you're talking about, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know why you are forced to kind of have both versions in some cases. Like you have to have the PS4 installed before you can upgrade to the PS5 version.
That doesn't make
But
sense.
once you have the PS5 version installed, you can delete the PS4. But in some games, if you want the save data to cross over, you need to hop into the PS4 version, upload the data, then go back into the PS5 version and download the data. It's
No.
I wish they did it like Xbox. Xbox is like, I don't give a shit, just pop it in and you have the correct version, all of your save data there.
Yeah, Sony's dropping the ball on some of this stuff.
They really are.
Yeah, they
It's
did.
sad.
It's almost as if they kind of rushed to release, because I feel like some of these could have been very easily, ironed out by the time the console came out. But anyway, I digress. So I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Integrate Remake, and I just finished Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which I will say is the best looking game, period. Bar any platform, bar anything. It's the best looking game on any platform. It is phenomenal and a must buy if you have a PS5. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is just, it's so, Insomniac is at the top of their game right now. I mean, you get full ray tracing on the on PS5 with beautiful animation and the density of the textures, the density of the objects on the screen. It's phenomenal. It looks like a Pixar movie. I can finally safely say we are at Pixar level in real time, because that's exactly what it's like playing Rift Apart. It's literally that. Nice. So, well done to the guys at Insomniac. It is a masterpiece, and if you have a PS5, you gotta get that game. Like, don't even sweat the price. Just do it. It's worth it.
Yeah. You see this? The funny thing is, it's like games are turning into more consumable media than any movies are. I see that Hollywood is just making crappy movie after crappy movie after remake after crappy movie after remake. We have no ideas.
We drove past that bus yesterday that had the advert of Space Jam. There's a new Space Jam movie coming out.
Yes, there is. It's called like, A New Legacy or something like, or rather.
You know what? Okay, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine with the guys making like sequels to movies and stuff like that. If you want to make a sequel, great. But please, at least firstly follow the lore of what the previous movie was. Secondly, no one asked for a Space Jam. No one asked for Space Jam. It was stupid the first time it came out.
And it's still good now.
Exactly, but it's like people are so. I swear, this is why I hate Hollywood movies, because they are incapable of actually creating their own new movies. Have you noticed that Hollywood has not brought out a single movie that wasn't written by someone else, created by someone else, or anything like that, where it was previously done? Like all of the Avengers, Hollywood created these Avengers movies and whatnot. It's all based on a comic book, all based on a cartoon as well.
Yep.
And the Avengers that was all it was. And look,
it's regurgitation central.
Yeah, and good on you for making so much money through the rest of the world where people actually went and spent that much money. I don't give Hollywood money. I don't go and I don't pay to go watch movies. I'm one of those people that I watch older movies, so that's why I have my Prime and my Netflix, because I get to watch all the older movies that I used to watch. And hey, if that new movie that came out a couple of weeks ago lands up on my Netflix, cool, I might watch it, but it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like those kinds of movies. There is a movie that I do want to watch though. It's Tomorrow War. Because
But, that's not even like a Hollywood
No, that was
movie.
it's made
it's
by
an
Amazon.
movie. And from what I've heard, it's
Yep.
actually
It's
quite
a
good.
movie.
And Chris Pratt is
Enjoyed
you know
it.
that Chris Pratt is freaking hilarious, so
I saw the Tomorrow War and I enjoyed it. I know it got
nice.
panned by critics, but I don't really care what critics say.
yeah, exactly. Who the fuck cares what critics say?
I enjoyed it. To me, it was super entertaining. Me and my wife, we watched it movie night, and it was fantastic. It was entertaining. I love Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
You know, he's got this quirky, goofy charm.
Yeah.
And he leans on it in this movie. I enjoyed it. You guys are gonna love it. Go ahead and watch
awesome.
it. It's really cool.
Awesome. No, we will. But you know, that's the whole thing. Who trusts a critic these days? Because what do the critics do? They pander to Hollywood. So if Hollywood doesn't like it because they never made it was someone else who made it, so that means Hollywood didn't make it, so we have to hate it. Fuck you. Well, then the rest of the world's just going to watch it and enjoy it. And that's what's happening, because no one listens to critics. No one likes the critics, because the critics are assholes.
Yeah. It's almost like, I don't know, they're doing it to get more views or readership or clicks when
that's
you
exactly what it is.
you know, when you're edgy and have to say, oh, this is an abomination of cinema or something.
Yeah, exactly. Why not just, tell us about the good points in the movie, tell us about the bad points in the movie, and let us figure it out for ourselves.
Yeah.
Remember the good old days when video game journalists used to actually review games? And I say that with the utmost disrespect towards them. I don't like video game journalists. I don't. I have never listened to them, because they told me, when I used to look at the video game journalists, they told me I must never buy this game because it's a stupid game. I can't remember what game it was.
You get that a lot.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this game is sexist, racist, this, that, the next thing. It's like, you know what? This game is actually quite fun. I enjoyed it. I'm going to play it.
The only one that the critics were right about was Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, that's like the only one. And that was the last one that actually was properly critiqued.
You know what? I'm hot take. Andromeda was not that bad.
No,
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. But when it first came out, like all the bugs and the things that they needed to fix was really bad.
It was buggy.
That was the last game.
But it was not a bad game.
No. Look, okay. How I see it, all right. This game was. I actually enjoyed the story somewhat. It got boring after a while for me, because I tend to lose interest if the game starts to repeat too much. So
I finished it. It wasn't that bad.
But I've still got the story going on my PS4 at the moment. So and I'm still going to carry on playing it. The thing is, I do like Andromeda. I think that the way they actually worked around going and exploring the planets was brilliant. It was very well done. The story, it lacked Mass Effectness.
Yes, it wasn't as epic as 1, 2, and 3.
Exactly. There was no real
bad either.
Yeah, no, exactly. But there was no real clenching. Where you sit there and you're like you're nervous about what's going to happen next, because you know that you're the one playing. Yeah, there were no real stakes in this one.
Yeah.
And I think that was what actually got to most of the gamers out there, is that it didn't actually appeal to them when it came to the high stakes that Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 were. 1 was a good build-up. 1 was a very good build-up. It had that.
Absolutely.
It had that.
Set
what
up.
is the Reaper and why is there? Well, what is this new spaceship that came in? 2 was like the ultimate. Mass Effect 2 was like the ultimate. The best out of all of them was Mass Effect 2.
I 100% agree. By the way, I'm playing Legendary Edition on Xbox Series
Oh, nice.
X.
Oh, nice.
One of the other games.
Yeah, I'm also look. We've got the Game Pass thing, so we're not and the thing for EA. So I'm not really going to play the Legendary Edition. I don't really care about the graphics being pretty. It really doesn't matter to me.
It just gave me an excuse to jump back into.
Yeah, that's why I've got that's why I'm using the EA Play thing, because I'm just playing it on EA Play at the moment. But I started playing it, by the way, so I've started playing Mass Effect now again. But the whole build up that 2 was actually made the game, you know, that much more, you know. And then 3 came, unfortunately, they did kind of ruin it.
and the whole
Gameplay.
suicide mission structure.
Yes, I loved that.
That was a stroke of genius, where, depending on how you play, your team might not actually make it.
Yes, depending on how you played on the previous
Phenomenal
one.
stakes.
Yeah, and depending on how you played on the previous one, actually can affect what happened in number 2, and in 3 as well. So it was amazing how it actually worked like that, and that was it blew my mind, and that's why I loved Mass Effect. Andromeda didn't have any of that because they said, "Oh no, we're not going to." Sorry.
No, it's just going. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's the stakes that was lacking in Andromeda. I think that's the thing that.
Yeah, and also there was no fallback to the old games. You know, there was no.
No, it's like its whole own standalone type of game.
Yeah, they really shouldn't have done that, especially as the fans were looking forward to a game that was going to actually, you know, put the lore of the game, the older game, what you did in the older game, into the new game.
Well, that's what everyone thought, because of 1, 2, and 3. They thought, okay, Andromeda is going to fall in line with that, because of the fact that 1, 2, and 3 were like that, and then they went the complete different route, and I think that's what upset people as well.
Yeah. Like I said, though, it's not a bad game. I enjoyed it. I thought it was.
It's fun.
I mean, bugs. Oh my god, they were funny. They were so funny.
My
some of the
face
voice
gets
acting,
tired just thinking about the bugs.
But I mean, you know, the some of the voice acting you could hear was called in, or phoned in. Like that chick with "my face is tired." Who ever says that? I'm sorry, but I don't say "my face is tired." The writing was not great. It was, and you know, I don't fault the actors for this. Some of the actors actually really tried to make their characters, you know, pop and you know,
You can't really
shine.
make that line pop however way you do
But you
it.
can't. No matter how you do it, you
can't.
cannot fix a stupid line like "my face is tired," because that is just. What idiot says that? I mean, you know, you've got to be stupid to say "my face is tired." No, "you're tired" would be more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm tired. This is why. You know, that makes sense. I'm sorry. We've had a long journey. I'm very tired. That makes sense. "My face is tired" does not make fucking sense.
Your face can feel.
What about
My
the rest
face
of your
is
body?
happy. My face is sad. My face is angry.
My face has a mind of its own.
Unless the voice actor just like read actor's face is tired and then they went, "Oh, my face is tired." No! Don't say the line, you idiot!
And then the director went, "Keep it." It's gonna be iconic. Fast forward a few years.
It is iconic. People are like, "What the fuck?
Not in
Who
the way
speaks
they
like
wanted
that?"
it to
Yeah. You know
But
what?
apparently
I
there's a
don't
new one
think it
coming out
was
as well.
written by the same
Team.
people. Yeah, the same writers as Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
I don't think so
It
either,
was
yeah.
very.
It was lackluster.
Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't. It wasn't well written. But
Yeah.
beyond that,
Gameplay
the
was
gunplay was phenomenal.
Gunplay was awesome. Gunplay
Was
was epic. I
phenomenal.
loved it. I loved the gunplay in the game. I thought it was very well done.
Yeah.
It brought a whole new design to what Mass Effect was actually how it was
Absolutely.
playable. I did like the gunplay.
The verticality and the increased movement when you can
The jump
dash
jets.
between. Oh, wonderful! Absolutely
I
wonderful.
freaking loved the jump jets. I thought that was a brilliant
Yeah.
addition to the game. An
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant addition to the game.
So where? Okay, hot take. Maybe not so hot take. This was far better than Anthem. Anthem.
Oh
was-
yes.
that was garbage.
Oh yes, dude. I think
That.
you will get a resounding yes from the entire community that they would play Andromeda way before they played Anthem. Now that it's free,
garbage.
Now that it's free, we might like touch on it. But I played the.
Nobody's playing it. It's it's dead.
I know, and that's the whole thing. Now that it's free, EA is really trying, so they made it free on EA Play, so that we can all, like, everyone jumps in. I might jump in and see what it's like, but I don't think. I mean, it's like playing Destiny, dude.
It was overhyped.
Yeah, I lost interest in Destiny after it screwed me over with my PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 port. Yeah. When they screwed me over with that, I was like, well, you know what? Fuck you. I'm never gonna play your game again, and I never did.
So the disappointing thing, or the thing when Anthem first, you're right, it was absolutely overhyped. So I bought into the hype, but then when that beta came out, that's when I was like, wait, hold on a second here. This is not looking good. And I even wrote an article specifically about Anthem and just saying, look, if you are hyped about Anthem, just hold your horses a little bit. Yeah. Let's see how it goes over the next few months, and then maybe, if it's good, then jump into it, type of thing.
Yeah, there's something.
It never got good. It never got good. So I bought it for science. I bought it for science, and I can tell you it's garbage. It's hot garbage.
No, we played the beta. Both Kez and myself played the beta, and we were like, this game doesn't feel right. There's something wrong with it.
None of the mechanics, they don't add up. Your inventory management, your loot,
it's terrible.
The only good thing about it is the movement. The Iron Man feeling type movement and the gunplay. That is fun.
Do that, just play
that's it. That is it.
Yeah. You want to do the whole Iron Man thing? Play Fallout. You can jump into one of those war suits that they have.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's Fallout 76 on Xbox. We can't play it because it doesn't want to work. We installed it, and the fucking game doesn't start.
I haven't touched Fallout 76, and
you don't want to. It doesn't fucking work on Game Pass. Don't worry, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm a pass on it. I'm a pretend I don't see it.
Just play the other Fallouts. Don't worry about multiplayer Fallouts.
I enjoyed 4. I still enjoy 4. I'm gonna replay 4 again at some point. I really enjoyed it. Fallout 76 is just not for me.
No, dude, it's not for me either. It really isn't. I agree with you.
Yeah, the whole. I guess I'm not big on MMO types, that sort of thing. So I'm a pass on it.
Yeah, no, so are we. Right, so unfortunately, that's the end of the show, though. We had a good time, but it's over.
So much fun.
I know, but it's Kez. Blame her.
Well, it's almost like an hour and a half of recording. We can't go on for forever. We need to stop at some point, unfortunately.
This is true. This is true.
We could always just bring you back and carry on, but right now we need to stop.
Yeah.
I would love to come back. Call on me anytime. I'll be right here. It's always fun hanging out with you guys.
Of course, not a problem. But what we have to do now is you have to be plugged. You have to plug your channel and where Skygamers can be found. Sam, where can Skygamers be found?
Absolutely. You want to find us on YouTube, Skygamers ZA, or you can hop onto our blog. That's www.skygamers.co.za. Check out all the articles we write there. We post a lot of fun content. Every now and then we will throw a few giveaways on Twitter, which is at Skygamers ZA. So follow us on Twitter as well. Yeah.
But you're on Instagram as well.
We're on Instagram too, at Skygamers as well.
It's kind of sad that I know everywhere where you are and you don't.
Yeah. You see, our social media guy is not here right now. Giving me the But yeah, please check out our blog, check out our YouTube. Lots of fun.
Yeah, awesome. There might be a time when we decide to actually live stream these chats as well, like one or two chats during the like we'll go into like the SA Geeks live stream where we just sit down and chat to our people like this. But it's very difficult with this kind of setup because obviously it's like very wide.
No, we can do
We
it.
can always give it a shot. So we'll have a look.
Well, you know where to find me, guys.
But of course. Anyway, Angel, it's your turn. Where do we find you, or where do we find us?
You find
Where do
me.
they
You
find
find
us?
me here in Scotland. You find us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, BitChute, and TikTok, and then the other ones that you started, which we don't have any content on. But also, the podcast is on Anchor, which you can find on Spotify. It's now been approved for Apple Podcasts, so it's on Apple now as well. And everywhere else, but Anchor has all the links for the audio versions.
And the two that she's
Nice.
talking about is Odyssey and Rumble. Also there. So we try to get onto all the platforms because whatever platform is there, and that includes Alt Tech, because why the hell not? It's there. Just get on it, because you never know where you'll pick up the bigger fan base. So just go for it.
That is true. That is
That's how you
very
do it.
true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a page out of your book.
I learned from the best. I have a friend who actually told me to do this, and it was a very long time ago. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us, though. It's been wonderful, Sam. It's been awesome as always. Best conversations come from
Fun
people who just
hanging
talk
out.
crap, and we
Fun
know how to
hanging
do
out.
that very well. So thank you so much for joining us, Sam. It's been wonderful. Guys, if you want to see more of this stuff, remember you can just hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the like button if you liked the show itself. But remember, if you want to see more of this, just hit a comment and tell us who you want to see. We'll try and get them on. We can't always promise that we can get them, but we always ask them. And if they say no, well, then, you know, we don't know why. But guys, as always, remember...
Geek.
Geek!